here we go. We're going to learn about multi-digit multiplication. I am going to teach you a few strategies. This is going to be the first strategy, okay? So this is kind of like, I like to say, oh, Miles, please don't do that. I like to say it's like trying on shoes. When you go to the store and your mom says, these shoes look great, and you're thinking, I don't really like those shoes, and your mom says, try them on, see how they feel, walk around for a little bit, and then you do, and then you end up going, oh, these shoes are pretty comfortable, but you might not. You might try them on, walk around a little bit, and go, oh, I don't really like these shoes at all. So that's okay, but this is the trying on part. What you cannot do is look at the shoe and go, nope, I don't like it. You have to try it on and walk around in it for a little while before you decide whether or not it's going to be a shoe for you, okay? So this strategy is a trying on phase where you got to try it before you get to say, I like it or I don't. Get it?
Got it.
Good. Okay, here are the steps. There are 4 steps. The first step is you're going to break the number that has more than 1 digit into its place values. Does anybody remember what this is called? It's a certain form, Skylar?
It was a math mountain.
We did use a math mountain kind of like this, but then when we write it like this, what do you remember what it's called, Cadence?
Expanded form.
It's expanded form. So this is the reason that we practiced expanded form, okay? So the next step is to draw an area model, which is kind of like an array. Would you agree? Okay. Just a little different because now we're partitioning it by place value. Then we're going to break it into 3 little procedures or small multiplication problems. Multiply inside the box. And then in the end, we're going to add it all up. Okay. Everybody ready to watch one? So cap your pens, set down your erasers, and you're just going to watch me follow these steps, and then you're going to have a chance to do it yourself. Amelia?
Do you put it in your whiteboard or do you just
I just want you to have it out, just like this. You have your steps and your whiteboard. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to show you the problem 26 times 4. Okay, so cap your pens. You don't have to do this, Lana. I would love it if you just capped your pen, park it, and watch me. It's the Mrs. Crawford Show. Okay, everybody ready?
No.
So, step 1 says break the number into its place values, or we know this as expanded form, right? Am I going to break the 4 into expanded form? No. I'm going to break this 26 into expanded form, which is 20 plus 6. Thumbs up if you agree that I did it right. Silent thumbs up. Thank you. Step 2 says draw your area model. So I'm going to turn this into an array, basically. And if I have my 26 on one side, on the adjacent side, I'm going to put the 4. Just watch, Nolan. Cap your pen and just watch. Okay? Thank you. Step 3 is multiply inside the boxes. So now I'm going to turn this into, oops, I forgot to draw my little line. When I have a plus, I'm going to draw a line. Khalid, cap your pen. Aisha, cap your pen. Just watch. Step 3, multiply inside the boxes. So I can kind of pretend that I've got 2 separate arrays. A 20 by 4, and then if this side's 4, we talked about this the other day, we know that this side is also 4. So I've got a 20 by 4 and a 6 by 4. So I'm going to multiply the 20 by 4 first. We talked about the shortcut to do that last week. 20 times 4 is the same as 2 times 4, which is 8 times 10, right? And then in this box, I've got a 6 by 4, which is the same as 6 times 4. So inside I can write 24. Last step, add all the partial products. These 2 totals inside, are called partial products. A product we reviewed is the answer to a multiplication problem, and these are partial because we're not done yet. We're going to add them together to get the final product. So step 4, we're going to do 80 plus 24. We've got 0 plus 4 is 4, and 8 plus 2 is 10. Our total product for 26 times 4 is 104. Okay, are you ready? So I'm going to tell you that these little magic erasers that I gave you are for erasing. When you draw on them, they don't work as well. Please don't draw on the eraser. Please use it for erasing. Get it?
Got it.
Otherwise, I'll take it back because I will use it. They are a good tool. Let's try it. You're going to do one step at a time, and then we'll check. So I have to clear my board.
Wait, we do it on the board?
You're going to do it on your board. You have your steps right next to you. The problem is 2 times 16. I would like you to do step number 1 and stop.
Okay.
Step number 1. Oh, stop. You're on step number 2. Step number 1, Jackson. Step number 1. You wrote down the problem, but step number 1 says what? Your steps are flying.
Break the number.
The floor. Perfect. Okay, step number 1 says, oh,
Do you want me to work with
no.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Step number 1 says, break the number into its place value. So I'm going to break 16 into, what did you do, Chase? 10 plus 6. If your board looks like mine, it's perfect. Step number 2, draw your area model. Ready, go. I'd like you to do step number 2 and then stop. Draw on the right side. Perfect. Beautiful.
Like that?
Great, Ella. This looks perfect, Gunnar. Yes, Liliana. So, Annie, we're practicing, we're trying on these shoes where we're going to do an area model next, which is going to look like this. When we have a plus, we're going to draw a line, and then we're going to write this other factor over here. We've got our 16 on the top, and our 2 goes along the side. So if your board looks like mine, it's perfect. If it doesn't, fix it up.
I want to work ahead.
I know this is hard, but you're doing a really good job following along. Step 3 says multiply inside the boxes. So what are we going to do for this box?
10 times 2.
And this box?
6 times 2.
Yep, easy peasy. Ready, go. Over to step 3, go.
12, 10.
Multiply inside the boxes, please.
Done. 12 and 6. They said done. What are you doing? 2 times 6. I didn't say 2 times 2. Good.
Okay, so Cash, you missed this part where this part has to line up. And now you multiply 10 times 2 and 6 times 2. Okay, so we're going to multiply 10 times 2. Shout out what you got.
20.
And then we multiplied 6 times 2. Shout out what you got. 12. Okay, step 4 says add all the partial products. Remember, 20 and 12 are the partial products. Add them up. Go.
Done. I was gonna have to say the answer like this is it. 30.
Did you get 20 plus 12 equals 32? Yes. All right. Did you get it? Let's try another one. Clear your boards. Okay, this time I'm going to give you a little bit more freedom. Hang on, Nolan. This is when your mom says, now take your shoes and walk them on the hard floor, not just on the carpet. And you're like, Mom, I already walked around. Just bear with me a little bit longer.
My mom tells me to walk in
3 times 25. This time I want you to do steps 1 and 2, and then stop. Steps 1 and 2, and then stop.
Oh, you're making even more of those? They're useful.
That looks great. Steps 1 and 2. So I'm going to split the 25 into expanded form. So it's going to have 2 added. Perfect. Okay. So step 2 says, okay, so step 1 says break the number into its place value or expanded form. So we're going to break 25 into 20 plus 5. Step 2 says draw your area model. So I'm just going to draw my rectangle underneath. When I have a plus, I draw a line. I've got 25 on the top, so I'm going to put my other factor 3 on the side. Does your whiteboard look like mine?
Yes.
Okay, now I want you to do steps 3 and 4, and then stop.
How's that tall? Multiply or add?
Multiply and add. That's right, Aisha.
Got it. So easy.
Whistles for outside, please.
23 and 8. Done.
So you're going to write the other factor here, 3. Multiply inside. So multiply, we're not drawing. You got your drawing out of your system. Oopsies, you forgot. You're drawing instead. Drawing time is over. All right. The step 3 was multiply inside the boxes. So I've got 20 times 3, right? I can think of this little box first. I can think in my head 2 times 3 is 6, and then I've got times 10, so 60. In this box, I've got 5 times 3, which is 15. Step 4 says add the partial products. Did you get 75? Pat yourself on the back if you got 75.
I did. This looks
All right.
fun, but it's actually really easy.
Right? You were afraid. You didn't want to do it. Okay, clear your boards. Yes, Amelia? Okay. Okay, let's try 4 times 62. Okay, do you think that you can do all 4 steps on your own?
Yes.
Okay, let's see it. Ready, go. Go ahead, Amelia. Hey, Miles. Thank you, Miles. So you have this factor on this side, so this factor on that side.
Crawford?
So think, you're working too hard. Think 26 is 24. And then we'll have 10. Yeah. Don't draw, we're drawing time's done. Sorry, I startled you. So you're going to write your partial product inside. So 60 times 4 is right inside. Lana, where's yours? Oh yeah, should have fit in the box. All 4 steps? Yes. Yes, Nolan, all 4 steps. Thank you so much for waiting. So where's your other factor, Annie, on the side? You've got 62 on top, and then you need the other factor on the side, which is... So don't forget to write it over here. When you get bigger problems, you get confused. So don't forget. So I see some of you forgetting to write. We have the 62 is one factor. Remember, factors are numbers we multiply together. And in order to multiply, we have to have a second factor. So this 4 needs to go on your unit box, on your area model. Okay? So step 1 is we split 62 into expanded form. Step 2 is we draw our area model or place value drawing. This is the part you're forgetting. You have to write the other factor. Amelia, please don't draw on that. But third time, I'm going to have it back. Okay, so you have to write your 4 here. You need to remember that. When it gets harder, you'll want to have it. Okay, step 3 says multiply inside the boxes. So I've got 60 times 4. So I can think, Alex, 6 times 4 is 24. And then I've got 24 times 10, which is 10. And then in this box, I can think 4 times 2 is 8. Now, this is so easy. I can add it in my head. 240 plus 8 equals 248, right? Because I can see it right here. I'm going to add a 0 and an 8. So my product is going to be 248.
Yeah, that was kind of a simple one.
Right? Okay. We're going to trade our whiteboard markers for a pencil. So first, will you clear your board?
And clear your desk of your board.
I really want you to keep out your steps because we're going to continue to follow these steps. And we're going to work in our activity book. You already have it out. Actually, you might want to keep out your whiteboard because they don't give us very much room, Aisha. Aisha, we're opening our activity book to page 52. And I want you to continue to follow these steps, Colin. So you're going to follow these steps. You might want to do it on your whiteboard so you have lots of room because look what they give you, this like weird little lines. Okay? So here's how I would do it. I've got number 8, which is 3 times 28. So, Sophia, I'm just going to write that on my whiteboard. 3 times 28. It's right from my book.
And what page is it?
Page number 52. Got it, Miles? Can you find it, Alex? Can you guys help the person sitting next to you find the right page?
Yeah,
So then you can solve the problems on this page on your whiteboard and just write your final product inside. If you'd rather use graph paper, you absolutely may. Would anyone else like graph paper? It's all you can. Oh, you prefer graph paper? Okay. All right, ready, begin.